Hello, everybody. How are you today? We are going to do today. Let me move this just a little bit. Today, we are going to do the farmhouse kitchen transfer, which I've already cut it up. So let me show you the part that goes that it has. It has the kitchen. Oh, and it's backwards on this. And farmhouse, and I don't know how to fix that. I need to figure that out. And then it also has this little part where it says with made with love, fresh daily, and the little rolling pin. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bowl off of this one because I did not cut that. So let me do that. What I have to put it on is a slate like little board for your kitchen. But I just realized when I opened mine up, they had like protective corner pieces on them. But when I opened it up, they one of my corners is broken. But I am thinking maybe I can put some E6000 on it, and hopefully that will fix it. But I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys where you can see what's going on. And let me do that really quickly. So here's my board. I got this little slate board at Hobby Lobby, and you can see I have kind of a broken little corner of it. So I'm hoping I can glue that with E6000. This does have like pads on the bottom of it so that it won't scratch your cabinets or your countertops. So the first thing I'm going to do is this, and it is chalk painted. So, or it is chalkboard. I'm going to, I got it like that. I'm going to go ahead and wax it just so that it will protect my transfer from sticking too hard to it. Well, hey, Kimberly Gardner, how are you? So it will protect my transfer from sticking to it. So, but I got this at the Hobby Lobby when they had, you know, all that 75% off. So it was only like $2.50. Now, like I said, this one's got a crack on one side. So I'm going to either try to fix it or this one's just going to be mine. But I am going through and waxing this really well. So, that my transfer doesn't stick too hard. Plus, too, there were a couple little places that were a little scratched on it. So I'm doing great. So I just lost my train of thought. That's how I always do. I stop and think, and then I'm gone. So when I waxed it, it took off those little pieces that were a little scratchy. So here's what my thinking is. This kitchen just barely fits on it. So I am going to I may have to, it may take me a little bit to get it put on there, but we're going to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this transfer because this is a brand new transfer and I don't want it to stick so hard to that slate that it pulls and it stretches my transfer when I take it off. So I'm going to fuzz it 4 or 5 times this first time just to make sure that, like I said, I don't want any of that slate residue coming off. And I don't want it to stick so hard to it that it stretches when I pull it off. All right, so, and I will say, the funny thing is that this video camera on Facebook Lives, it's turned the right direction. On this one, I know it's going to be upside down, so I've got to work on it afterwards to figure out how to fix that because I got it fixed one way, and now I gotta get it fixed for the other. Now, the good news is because this takes almost this whole way, it's going to be easy for me to, it's going to be easy for me to make sure it's straight. And then you watch me take it off and it'd be a hot mess. All right, so I've got this down like I want it. And I want to make sure those ends, see right there, it's not down real good. I want to make sure that I have my ends down really, really well. And I'm going to have to be careful around these rope parts because it's not down very well there. So I'm going to take some white paste and I'm going to get it to the right consistency. So let's see what it looks like right now. It's actually pretty good. My white paste, though, I'm about to have to get me another container because it's getting down to the bottom of the barrel. So I think I am going to put me just a little bit of water in this. Now I'm using distilled water in this because tap water has some bacteria in it and I don't want the bacteria to mix with my paste. So I just squirted one little squirt of water in there And now I'm going to stir this. I want this the consistency of yogurt. I kind of like mine just a little thinner than that. So I go just a smidge. That's a really good, you know, unit of measure, a smidge. So I go just a smidge thinner than yogurt. Okay, and so like I said, white normally to me is the one that is the most one to dry up, or the easiest one to dry up. Maybe that was better. So I'm just going to put me a little bit of paste on here. And I know there are a lot of people that will say don't use a wooden popsicle stick, but I just like them because they're one of the least messy things, and I can just throw them away, you know, and it's so easy to just get rid of them when you're done. All right, so I'm going to take my squeegee. I'm going to be really careful around those areas where I'm around that rope because I don't want it to pull up. And the good thing about this is all this excess that you're seeing come up, I can just put it back into my jar and use it for another project later. Now, I'm kind of leaving it kind of thick in certain places just because, like I said, white has a tendency to dry faster than a lot of other colors do. So you want to be careful and not let it dry, because if it dries on while your screen is down, your paste will dry into the silk screen, and when you pull up your transfer, you're going to pull up all of your paste with it. So you want to kind of work fast once you get started, because you don't want your paste drying in your screen. All right, so I think that it looks like I want to go through and make sure I don't have any like places where I have lines or anything in my project. So there we go. I'm just going to hang that little kitchen part over there till I'm ready to clean it. So there that is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer on this. I love this transfer. Look at how nice this turned out. That's the great thing with Chalk Couture, is that when you're working with these and the transfers, it looks like you have done some amazing artwork by hand, and you didn't have to do that. You did it using a transfer, so you're going to get it to look great every time. And here's the thing. If you let it dry and you pull up a little bit, you've got a couple of options. You can clean your transfer and lay it right back over there and chalk over it, and it'll just build the chalk up. Or if you really don't like it, you can take a Clorox wipe and just wipe the whole thing off, as long as you're on like a chalkboard surface. Now, if you're on wood, sorry, I'm getting my blow dryer. If you're on wood, it's a little harder to do that, but you can chalk on wood and glass and tin. On glass and tin, you want to make sure you fuzz really well, but you can chalk on all those, chalkboard, whatever. And then if you want to do this on fabrics, we also have ink. So you use the same transfers and you can use it with ink and put it on fabric. It's a great little easy home decor, quick to do. It looks good every time. So I'm going to layer over the top of this. So I'm going to dry this with my blow dryer. All right, sorry about the blow dryer. Oops, I'm sorry about that and that. Just keep hitting stuff. All right, so then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this Farmhouse and put over that. I'm going to do that in a gray. So let me get my gray. And I'm going to stir it up. So I've got my gray paste. Now, the paste comes, the colors that are used most often, like black, white, and gray, you can buy in these big jumbo sizes. I don't know that necessarily somebody who's just doing this on their own would do it, but I do classes and stuff, so I use the big ones. This is the size that they come in, and you can get the black, white, and gray in these sizes too. So this is a 3 ounce. This is like an 8 ounce. This one is. And this one does need a little water, so I'm going to squirt a little water in there, and then I'm going to stir this up. And I'm going to get it, remember, just a little bit thinner than yogurt. Maybe just a smidgen more. Because I was going all the way to the bottom to pull up. So that's why I need a little more, because I have a whole lot more paste. All right, so I'm good. Now I'm going to take this Farmhouse and I'm going to fuzz it. And you know what else I'm going to do? Because there's a lot of the vinyl part, there's going to be a lot of sticky on there. I think I'm going to go and I'm going to, anytime you're layering, if you feel like your layered piece that's going on top has a lot of the vinyl sticky, you might want to take, because sometimes that might pull up your last chalk. So I'm just going to take a little bit, not much, of paste. And this is the paste I use. This is the paste I started with on my chalkboard. And this, I'm just going to put just a smidgen, just a little bit of paste over this word kitchen, because I don't want the new transfer that I'm going to layer to stick too much, because I don't want it to pull up my kitchen when I put the Farmhouse on top of it. So I'm going to pull this Farmhouse off. I am going to fuzz it pretty well. I need to put my fuzzing cloth in the washer. One side of these fuzzing cloths are microfiber, which is great for drying them. The other is really a better one for fuzzing because it actually has a little bit of fuzz. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Farmhouse right over the top of my kitchen. Now I want to make sure that I am leaving it about the same on both sides. And I believe I'm good right there. All right, so now I'm just going to put a little bit of this gray paste down. I'm usually really quite messy. And then I'm just going to go through and squeegee this on, making sure I get all of the little end pieces. You want to make sure you go through and that you've covered all of the screen. Right, I almost missed the top of that H. So I want to make sure those are all off. Then I'm going to pull this up. Oh, I love it. It looks so pretty. All right, so there that is. Now I could put this like made with love, or the little rolling pin, or the bowl on there, but I believe I'm going to leave this just like it was. Now, if you look back at my video, it's like at 13 minutes now, and that was with me talking through it and talking to you about how to do it. So you can see how this would be easy to make very quick home decor items. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are interested, I'd love it if you would subscribe down below and hit the bell so that you get notified when I go live. Also, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and it's also Chalking with Jill on all of those. So if you are interested in following me on any of those other, it's Chalking with Jill. And if you want to shop my Chalk Couture website, it's chalkingwithjill.com. I would love that. If you want more information about it, just email me. It's jill@chalkingwithjill.com. And I would be glad to talk to you about Chalk Couture. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.